Oh, we got to win a ton. We got to win a bunch of games. I've been winning 10 games a year for 20 years or something, you know. I mean, what are my expectations? We're going to win a bunch. It ain't about what anybody hears. It's about what we do.
Put some respect on my name.
So some breaking news, I guess not too long after Pete Carroll had his press conference today, he went out and got a former player that played under him, ironically, with the Seattle Seahawks, bringing in safety Jamal Adams. According to Jordan Schultz, he initially broke the news on Twitter, tweeting, three-time Pro Bowl safety Jamal Adams is signing with the Raiders per multiple sources. Reunited with Pete Carroll in Las Vegas, I'm told Adams is in excellent shape and the healthiest he's been in years. Now, Adams recently had stints with the Detroit Lions and Tennessee Titans. Before that, he was with the Seattle Seahawks under Pete Carroll. Now, I don't look at this as a game changer, but I do believe that this is a move that could at least add more depth, veteran depth to the roster. And this just goes with all the other signings that we've been doing so far in the offseason. Low risk, high reward type of players. Maybe he could do something with the Raiders, maybe not. This is just another big name that I know a lot of us Raider fans are going to be excited about. I don't expect Adams to come out starting with the team. I believe that's going to be with Jeremy Chin, Isaiah Pull-Em-Out. But like I said earlier, this does provide some depth to the secondary, something that we definitely needed. Adams seems to be looking for a fresh start somewhere, and I guess Las Vegas is the next destination. And if there's anybody that could get the most out of him, it's Pete Carroll. So overall, I'm not going to say I'm too excited about the move. I'm not going to say I'm really mad about the move. I think I'm somewhere in the middle. I think that this is a solid signing for the Raiders. The same way I feel about Devin White, the same way I feel about a lot of these veterans that we brought in, like Elandon Roberts, Raheem Mostert, guys that bring veteran leadership to the team. But what is your reaction to this? What do you think about this move, Raider Nation? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Moving on though, Raiders football is officially back. Today, all the players reported to Henderson for the start of training camp as they prepare for fans to attend camp tomorrow. And Yaos is actually going to be in attendance at training camp, not only tomorrow, but Thursday on the 5th. I'll be at open practice at Allegiant Stadium. So most likely I'll be at camp mostly every single day. So if you see a news over there, come and say what's up, man. I would love to meet every single one of you guys. Now, going into this new season is exciting for me, not only because it's just another season of Raiders football, but I believe this is going to be one of the bigger years for me and for this channel. I'm going into year 11 with this whole YouTube space, and man, I got a lot of things planned up for you guys once the season does start. With that said though, if you guys do enjoy Raiders content like this and want to see more, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification icon button to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this. Now in today's video, I'm going to be going over some of the biggest questions going into training camp. Also, we got to hear from our head coach, Pete Carroll, or at least most of it, because, you know, the Raiders Wi-Fi was hella tripping on the live stream. Nonetheless, I want to talk about Christian Wilkins. Of course, he's going to be the biggest question going into training camp because recently he was placed on the PUP list after being in and out of a walking boot all offseason. Since dealing with a Jones fracture back in October and missing the rest of last season, Wilkins was actually seen on Saturday moving around pretty good and in good spirits, and made a lot of people question whether or not he was good to go or not.
I got a question for you. Am I original? Yeah. Am I the only one? Come on, man. Yeah. Am I sensual? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Am I everything?
So that was a lie.
Now, after seeing this video, all I'm going to say is that this could be a good sign for the Raiders moving forward. Maybe we could see Christian Wilkins, you know, coming back during training camp or even by the time week 1 comes around. I said this before in the last video about Christian Wilkins, is even though he got placed on the PUP list, it was going to be one of two things: whether he's going to be out for the rest of the season and needing surgery, or he's just going to miss the first 4 games and he'll be back once he's off the PUP list. Whether or not we get Christian Wilkins back, we still have other players on the roster right now that could step up in his absence. I know that there's a lot of Raider fans out there already frustrated with Christian Wilkins, calling him a buzz, saying that we spent a lot of money on him for no reason. But, you know, I don't want to go to that extent just yet because we don't know what he's really going through. I feel like the whole walking boot situation is just for precautionary reasons, not really because he can't really go. So with that said, and seeing the video that just recently surfaced, I do believe that he should be ready to go at least by week 1 or after week 4. Now, it didn't take too long for reporters to ask Pete Carroll right out the gate when he was talking at his press conference what the status was on Christian Wilkins and if we could get a timeline on his injury. And this is what Pete Carroll had to say.
Saw the move for Christian Wilkins to be put on the PUP list.
Back in OTAs, you mentioned that there was a long process. Do you have an update on what that might look like?
It's still uncertain. It's still uncertain. We still have to wait it out.
In terms of the health of the team, is he the only player that you expect to be on that list?
Yes.
Now, I understand that Pete doesn't really want to put anything out there if they're not really sure about it, which I got to give him credit for that. I just believe that in my heart of hearts that Christian Wilkins, if anything at worst, will be ready to go after week 4 when he's taken off the PUP list. I don't see him missing the whole season, but crazy things have happened. Now, the next question that I have going into training camp, and heck, not even just training camp, but for the season as well, is Geno Smith. Will he be the quarterback that we've all been looking for after moving on from DC? Of course, we know that the Raiders have been flip-flopping with quarterbacks, not really finding the answer. We haven't even really drafted a quarterback that could take over. But recently, after hiring Pete Carroll, going out there into the open market and trading for a guy like Geno Smith, who has a relationship with Pete Carroll, has succeeded under Pete Carroll, this was a big move for the Raiders and showed that we at least got a quarterback for now. We don't know how long he's going to be with this team, but we did pay him pretty good to be the starting quarterback going into 2025. Now, I feel like with the experience and the relationship alone with Pete Carroll should mean that he's going to be a solid quarterback for us. Another big question will be how well will he mesh with Chip Kelly's offense? We know that Geno Smith is one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL, and if he needs to run and get out of the pocket, he can do that. And knowing Chip Kelly and knowing the offense that we have and knowing all the weapons that we do have at his disposal, I don't see why Geno Smith can't succeed. Now, I said the same thing for the last couple of quarterbacks, but this year, I think it's just a little bit different. Geno Smith has a plethora of weapons on the offensive side of the ball at his disposal as well. So I don't think that there's any excuse. You got an all-pro tight end going into his second season with Brock Bowers. You got a newly found running back in Ashton Jeanty. Then you got a sure-handed receiver in Jacoby Myers. On top of that, you got 2 young rookie receivers that are looking to compete and at least get a starting spot on this team. So again, I don't see why Geno Smith can't succeed with this team. I know it's going to be a prove-it year for him, going to a whole new team, but he's a guy that has always had a chip on his shoulder, and since being with the Seahawks, he's definitely bounced back. Who knows? Maybe he could help turn this team around in his first season. Now, the next big thing I'm going to be looking out for in training camp is the rookies. Of course, we got a lot of young rookies on this team, and I feel like the Raiders had one of their best drafts in recent history. And with so many holes on this team, there's going to be a good chance for some of these rookies to step in and step up to fill in those vacancies. Of course, I talked about Ashton Jeanty already. There's going to be a lot of expectations on his shoulder, especially getting picked in the top 10, especially for a running back. I believe that he should be up there for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Now, on top of that, we got 2 young receivers like I named before. There's going to be a big competition for that wide receiver 2 and wide receiver 3 spot with Trey Tucker, and these other 2 guys are going to be naming, of course, Jack Besh and Dante Thornton Jr. We've been hearing a lot of great things about Dante Thornton, not too much about Jack Bish, but we know the skill set that he brings to this team offensively. And it's a good thing that we locked him in with the new contract going into training camp because we don't have to worry about him holding out. On top of that, looking onto the defensive side of the ball, Darren Porter has been another name that has been getting a lot of praise. And knowing that the Raiders can use some help in the secondary, especially in the cornerback room, somebody that can step up, Darren Porter could possibly be that guy. I've said this all offseason long, ever since we drafted him. He's the prototypical Pete Carroll cornerback that could do it all. Got the length, got the speed, can play both sides of the ball, and just seems like a guy that could go out there and be versatile. So Darren Porter is definitely going to be a guy I keep my eyes on. Not only that, like I said earlier, with Christian Wilkins possibly missing a couple of games, who's going to step up? Now, we know that Jonah Laulu, Adam Butler, heck, Tyree Wilson could possibly step into that defensive tackle role, but it's going to give a lot of chances to guys like JJ Pegues and even Tonka Hemingway to step up and assert themselves somewhere in the depth chart. And last but not least, quarterback Cam Miller. Can he be the quarterback 3? Could he possibly even compete for the QB2 spot with AOC, depending on how well he does in training camp and even preseason? He got the Tom Brady nod during training camp, so I wouldn't be surprised if he was to make some waves these next coming weeks. Now, the last big question that I'd have going into training camp and going into the season is, can Pete Carroll actually lead this team back to the playoffs? Now, I know you guys might be thinking, playoffs?
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
But hey, we've seen crazier things happen in the NFL. And knowing the teams that Pete Carroll has been a part of, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility.
Well, we got to win a ton. We got to win a bunch of games. There ain't nothing, I can't even imagine anything. I've been winning 10 games a year for 20 years or something, I mean, what are my expectations? We're going to win a bunch. And I don't care, who hears that. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. it ain't about what anybody hears. It's about what we do. And so that's why our expectations are really high. The standards need to be so that the expectations can be met. We'll see what happens. You know, I wish I could guarantee it to you, but I can't even think of what else it could be other than being really successful.
And I hope it doesn't change, because that track record looks good. And I do have the Raiders winning about 8 or 9 games, but if we could win 10 games, man, I'm all for it. And if we could get back into the playoffs, my goodness, you don't know how crazy the Raider fans would go if we were able to bounce back in a big way this year. And again, I'm a Raider fan, and I'm always going to get optimistic like this right before the season, but who cares? With that being said, though, Raider Nation, what are you guys looking forward to the most for training camp? Will you guys be at training camp, and what days? Let me know down in the comments below. Like I said earlier, I will be there tomorrow. I'll also be there on Thursday, and I'll be there on the 5th. Those are the days that I for sure will be going to, or in the 2nd, the open practice at the Legion Stadium. Outside of that, I don't know what other days I'll be over there. I might cover some days. I'll just have to wait and see. But nonetheless, I have some content for you guys, and I'll also vlog when I'm over there. And if you guys do see me, like I said earlier, just come say what's up. If you want to take a picture, whatever it may be, I love meeting every single one of you guys, all you guys that do support the channel. Like I said, this year, we only going up. We're going all the way up. Until the next video, this your boy, Jamal Raider, and your boy is, yeah.